Hello, good people from the world. Welcome to the Dobsonian Power Night Sessions. Tonight was unexpected. Raul, I was watching a Spanish Spanish television show, a reality show that I like a lot. Raul, I was watching Supervivientes 2023, and but I was while I was watching television, I was with a telescope with a 12-inch outside the king.
The king.
Because I was testing the flats, and I had to do this. I had to do the live stream to show you, because tonight, I wish yesterday, the night when I did the live stream, I wish it was like it is tonight. Without any wind, the 12-inch can stand because it's very sensitive to the wind. Besides, I took off, you see at the top the light shield and also dew shield. I had to take it because I was doing the darks during the afternoon, and it works better with the wind without that shield, because it's like sailing with the shield. And I decided I prefer to keep moving on this and do the live stream, explain what I'm doing. It's working, and we will watch the sky tonight, but using the flats. Actually, I'm doing that right now. Look at this. This is the same galaxy as yesterday, but tonight I'm doing it with 15-second exposure. So usually I never go beyond 10 seconds, 12 maximum, but tonight without wind I can do like this. You see the power of the 12-inch here, and because of no wind, and you can see that the flats are working. The flats are being applied. This edge is aberrations or defects are from the rotation, not no vignetting at all. No vignetting. The vignetting usually is here, as you are used to watch during the live streams. The vignetting is here at the middle, but hold on, but no vignetting at all. The thing is, I don't like to do that flats. I don't mind to do flats, but what I'm going to try is to reuse them. So I did the flats this afternoon with a t-shirt, sky flats, only with a t-shirt. I did with different values of gain, with different values of exposures, playing with the histogram to match everything, to fit everything. And I had already, after dinner, I had already a decision about the one that works better, and I will tell you. Now, the goal is not to work, because I knew that one way or the other I could make it work. Everybody, not everybody, but many people do flats to astrophotography, and we know they work. It's not a hard thing to do. What is hard to me personally is to have to do the flats before every session. I have no patience to do that every day, to do those flats. But what I thought was, what I said to you yesterday was, I don't have dust spots. It's all clean. If there are dust spots, may have, but so small that we can't see them. I have everything. My imaging train is very nice because it's well compacted, and the only thing that is exposed is the bottom or the top of the coma corrector, the studies on the Nexus. So I'm using the same as yesterday, the 294 with the Bader neodymium and this focal reducer and coma corrector, the studies on the Nexus. I left like that as is, and then at the afternoon today I was doing the flats, and now I'm applying those flats. I did different experiences. Those are the ones that work better. I will tell you, for the ones that have the same setup, what worked for me, what I did and what worked for me. This is stacking. This is with 22 minutes, because I was watching television, and this was stacking. And I left like this, 23 minutes. You can imagine. I couldn't fit, though, the Whale Galaxy, this is the Whale Galaxy, the OK Stick Galaxy, because I can't rotate the camera tonight to apply the flats. Of course, if I rotate the camera, they should not work, or they will not work well, I don't know, because my goal is to get rid of the vignetting. In the next time I change my camera, to place the camera again in exactly the same position, and see if this works. We will see that in the next live stream. Now, hello Quasar, Rita, Jaloman, Raul, Fred Led, Epic Chrome, Philip Beck. Let me see here, because the chat is to read. Thank you for your helpful and very positive videos. Got a 8-inch Dob a few months ago and am getting to know it. Congratulations. Congratulations, because it's an excellent telescope. Beautiful tonight, Raul, because of the conditions. Although the thing is not so good as yesterday, because there are some thin clouds here and there, but without the wind it helped a lot to stabilize the telescope. You can see that even with 15 seconds it's tracking, and it's a beautiful and detailed. You can see that tonight we can see much better the core of the galaxy and the details, the dust here, much better. Although I think with less exposure, maybe 10 seconds, 8 seconds, it's the optimal, the sweet spot for this setup that I'm using, because of the better tracking, not rejecting so many frames. If this works, yes. If this works, my goal, I will do for sure, because it will benefit a lot people that use Dobsonian telescopes, and especially this kind of 12-inch telescopes. And if it works, I plan to do first. I want to make it work to help people with Virtuoso. I know Samir is not here, but Samir couldn't manage to do the flats on the Virtuoso, and also with my 8-inch Dobsonian telescope that I have here also, this classic Dobsonian telescope, I will use the same system, do flats with a t-shirt. And yes, I do it in a very, very, very simple way, keep it simple, and worth to, at least for the beginners, to not to be scared to do the flats, but they have to have the patience to do this before each session, which is my goal, to try to reuse them, to get rid only of the vignetting, to allow me to deliver you can see the screen, all the screen is very nice without any vignetting. The background, it's darker, it's this pitch black that I like in the background, because I don't have to manage the histogram to fix this, the vignetting. So it will allow me to deliver you better live streams, and that's my main goal. Because even with the vignetting, if I do like this, I can cut the vignetting. It looks really like a whale tonight. It will be fine with the Topaz denoise. We'll make an astrophotographer out of you yet, yeah. One step close. I doubt. I don't say no to nothing in the future. Who knows? If I look back to my life a few years ago, and everything changed. It was really changing. Even the place where I live, I'm living here a lot of time ago. I came to the south, but when I was at the north, where I came from, if you ask me, I wish I could, but I will not. I have no plans to go to the south yet, but who knows? And here I am. But the astrophotography has a great problem to me. One is the laziness that I have to post-process is something that I take no pleasure with it. If they do something like Topaz Denoise that I can click in a button with my settings, okay, I don't mind to have all the work to place all the parameters, the settings that I want for the images. But then just when I live stack, just push off a button and the AI the AI does everything or fix everything that I will fix manually, not adding stuff, working for us. I'm waiting for that day. It will come, and then I will be an astrophotographer. To do that as an art manually, I don't take pleasure. I prefer to spend that time doing stuff with or watching another object, or doing stuff with the telescopes, or watching visually. I prefer to shut down the SharpCap software, grab an eyepiece, go outside and watch M13 or something like Orion Nebula or a Planetary Nebula or planets or whatever. I take loads of pleasure from visual, much more than astrophotography. But if that happens in the future, for sure that I will be there. Now, to do that you do with pics inside, and I don't like. I really don't like. I like to watch them. But who knows? I know that I can't take that from you, the opposite, to transform you a non-astrophotographer, because I know that you get a good feeling from post-processing. It's clearly visible in you, Mazif. So, but I didn't intend that, of course. But the opposite was even harder. To get in that in the future, it's possible if that happens. They keep it simple. If they keep it simple. Hello, Antonio Cortes. And in a moment I will show you what I did with the darks. I will just show you the gain, everything quickly. The Skyliner, Skywatcher Skyliner. Let me see what telescope is that one. The flats test is because I'm applying flats in this image, in this live stacking, in this session. I know this session will work, but the goal is make it work in other sessions without having to do flats. Skyliner 150. Hold on. Let's see that Skyliner. $150, 6-inch, $400 here in Europe. It's a classic telescope. It's the same. Well, it's Skywatcher. It has here a different different clutches here in the different bearings in the altitude, but they work fine. It has a straight finder. The focuser, it looks like a single speed focuser. I don't like very much the aspect of this focuser, to be honest with you. It looks like cheap. Where is it? Here, you see? I may be wrong. It looks like a cheap focuser. This is an adapter for 1 1/4. This is a straight finder, which I recommend to upgrade. And here it's a handy handle. I could do this to any of my telescopes, my Dobsonians. I will tell you why I didn't add a simple thing like this. Because I prefer to use the end, because adding this I have some fear of bending the tube, especially the 12-inch, which is very large. It has this here which I don't use. I took this off from mine. This IP solder here at the bottom, I took it off. I replaced this at the sides with handles. Much better. So it's a simple classic 6-inch. I recommend you, instead of this, the Virtuoso. I recommend you this one. The Dobsonian, not the Maksutov. I think this is yes, it's a Maksutov. It's more expensive and has a longer focal length. It's a different telescope. This one is more versatile in my opinion. I recommend this one because this one is the same aperture and you have a go-to. With a go-to you can do anything. Instead of that one. Unless if you told me I have already an equatorial platform, blah blah blah, but I'm sure you don't. Hello Arizona! F8? Oh, it's an F8, I didn't see it. I forgot to say that. Yes, if it's F8, it's too long. No. We want faster telescopes. F5, F6 maximum. Then we boost them. Flats are a type of calibration image that is taken and applied to your current image. It will help balance colors and vignetting. Precisely what I'm doing. Let me check the histogram. Because I left this rolling. This is clipped, of course. This is too much. Now we can see more details. You'll see. You will see now. This moved. Maybe some clouds or something that passed through. Okay. Gradient. I think maybe this gradient, maybe I have to figure it out. Because I took off the light shield. I don't know. We'll see if this will repeat. You see the details now? Look. Stars a bit elongated with 15 seconds, but nothing special. A small galaxy here. With a 12-inch we can see. This is because of the rotation and the drifting. It's like this. That we will crop. But no vignetting. No vignetting. So, using the flats. Much darker background. Arizona in the house! Yeah, Yes, please give a like. Thank you, Quasar. Please give a like. Hello, Sergio. And says Jello Man, post-processing is just a matter of developing a good routine and getting used to it. Then it's no big deal in my opinion. Maybe. If you don't extend that post-process, it depends on the people also. Someone like me or close to what I am will not spend too much time many time in that post-process. But I know people that spend a lot, hours and hours, and then they are super picky with the pictures. I have no patience to do that. No patience. I don't like that. No way. Too loco. This is a Dobsonian power, don't forget.
Dobsonian power.
This will be a short live stream. It will not be long. I will leave the community pictures for the next live stream. I want to go to watch the rest of the reality show I was watching. 1200 millimeters. F8. Yeah, F8. It's too much. Yeah. Me too. I prefer the Virtuose, and the Virtuose it's F5. You can boost it with a focal reducer, a cheap one. Cut the edges and because it has a large field of view. Celestron is a good brand, but it depends. They have also junk. Yeah, that's a good buy, and it's not expensive yet. They are helping a lot, of course. We know they help. Yeah, this I will have to. But if to do flats, I have to take off the light shield. It's cumbersome. Well, it's not too much, but. Bye bye. What's up, Gulag? Welcome back. I also got a 12-inch recently. Haven't even had the chance to look through it. Oh, you remember me when I bought mine. I was about more than a week, and it's rare here. So many days without at least watch the stars, even with clouds. But no way, it was completely. It was the curse of the buying gear. You wanna build one? I don't know how to build equatorial platforms. I'm not your man for that. Do you use no. Actually, to do the flats, I didn't even took the telescope outside. I point. I have the telescope right here, the base. Now is outside, but when it's stored, it's right here on the ground, and the telescope is on the side, on vertical. I just grab the tube, place it over the base, which is over the equatorial platform. It was disconnected, of course. I open the door. I pointed outside to the sky, a clear region of the sky, and that's it. And I took the different flats with a t-shirt, of course, but I didn't place it outside and then come back inside again just for the flats. You see, I hope I'm fingers crossed to see if this works. At least I don't mind if I can use so for some sessions here with you and without vignetting, because this image is very nice. 34 minutes. This is like an extension of yesterday. 34 minutes, let's wait for 35, so when I post a picture I say 35 minutes. I don't have the patience to count all the seconds. Okay, 45. People are so picky with this stuff. Come on, this is to have fun. Yes, I left the settings at 50-50, and also, but this one was because I forgot, but as far as I know it doesn't matter. I left the darks that were applied, because when I open the sharp cap, I open with a sequence that opens with the gain at maximum to capture the objects, to find the objects. And it uses darks, and those darks were being applied, I think, but it doesn't matter. My goal, my worry was to focus on the vignetting, on that circle, and I did it, so it's enough for me. I will not be. I was not looking for dust specks. I didn't see them, but I was not looking for that. I have everything so cleaned. So let's open Topaz Denoise. And actually now I use Topaz Denoise and not the Topaz AI photo. They did an AI photo which has included the 3 different topaz, but it's more aggressive. The Topaz Denoise, it's much more soft, and I want the less that I can. I want this at a minimum. Oh, forgot this. Where is it? Here. I want this at a minimum. Remove noise at 1. I have this at 1. And low light. It's my setting. And that's it. Just to soften the image, to get rid of the noise. And that's it. It's processing. No, I can show you. The flats, I will show you, by the way. Well, the lowest possible will be, with this camera, Jelloman, would be 120. What I did was, hold on, let me just see how the picture was, because it will be the one. Okay, now we crop. This gradient here at the right. I suspect this is something that people sometimes complain about, and I say, watch if you have like leaks and stuff like that. But as I'm using flats, but the flats, no, this is probably light. I don't know. We'll see now in another object. I'll do like this. That's it. You see, we zoom a lot with a 12-inch. It's very bright tonight. The galaxy. Okay, the flats I did was, I will tell you. The test I did. It was, I tested with the gain that I use, 350, with different exposures. I was always watching the histogram. I can't because I'm doing this. 350 with different exposure. I started with 2 seconds and then I was going down, and then I tested 2 different things. The lower exposure possible with 350 gain, and then I crank down the gain to 150 and managed the exposure to about 18.5 milliseconds. This is because of this. Our goal, I studied this before I do, because I didn't remember. I did darks 2 years ago, flats 2 years ago. Hold on, I will show you. I'll show you the image that you have to. Actually, doing this, you will know how to do perfectly the darks, the flats. Okay, when you do capture the flats, you will have the histogram like this. It will open this histogram. Here I don't touch anything. I just click here, uncheck, apply new flat when capture complete. I just unchecked this because I was doing test after test and the default is 20. And I had just to adjust the gain and the exposure. So I set the game to 150. It was the minimum game I used. I could go to 120, but I left like this. And then playing with the exposure, very short exposures. The goal is to move these waves here, this peak, here between 50% and 60%. Okay? So it was what I did, and moving with the gain at always at 150, and then moving down the exposure. It was going to, it was moving this to where I wanted. I don't know if I recorded this. You see? Let me stop. Yes. Here I was playing with exposure. Here the gain was 150. You see? And you can see that there's a red one, a blue one, and a green one, and the white one. My goal was to place this peak of the white one here at the middle, between 50 and 60%. I found a value, and it was that value of exposure that I used to the flats. And it was, I did with different values, and this was the one that worked the best, with no vignetting at all. So that's this is for the people that don't know how to do flats. Most of you know. It's like that only. And it records, you will save a flat file, each one that you do. Quickly, this is very fast, much faster than the darks, because it's only to do that and that's it. And then to pull, now I pull here at the right, instead of having only subtract dark and the darks being applied, I pulled the file to here. You see? 150, 2.35 milliseconds. It's a master flat. And the software applies. I think the platform may be over, yes. It's the time to go to another object. Oh. Yeah, this has gradient. Some gradient. I don't know why. Hold on. Yes, I'm applying darks and flats. When I did the flats, the darks were there. So I don't know if effects or not. It worked fine, so I leave it like that. Was worth it, yes. Was worth it. Was worth it if this can be reused, because tomorrow to do the same again, no way. I prefer to have the vignetting to cut like this. I cut and that's it. What scope size for initially optical observation and some astrophotography later? Was thinking a 10-inch Dobsonian or 12-inch make a bigger difference. As long as it is a go-to, as long as it has tracking, between a 10-inch, a 12-inch without tracking and a 6-inch with tracking, I would suggest you the 6-inch. But to me, the bigger the aperture, the better. 12-inch I can handle. If you can handle a 12-inch, it's better a 12-inch, but you will have to have go-to in that 12-inch or an equatorial platform. If you want later to take pictures, everybody wants. Nowadays everybody wants. Even the ones that say no, few months later only, they are taking pictures. You'd need darks specifically for the flats exposure time and gain, Brian, or bias frame. Well, what I will do, but this will serve my purpose, to see if it can be reused. One of these days that I remember, I will do, and if this works, first I will see if this works. If the reusing thing works, I will do the same with this exposure, and then I do darks for that exposure, and I can test with applying those darks specifically to those flats. And that's it, if it's that what you were talking about. We'll see. When you take flats, there is a checkbox to subtract darks in a pop-up. Hold on. When you take flats, capture flat. If I click here, look, I stop the live stream, the live stacking. Capture flat. It opens this. And here you have, let me see if I can show you what you are saying is see like this. It has to be like this. Here, black level offset correction. Known. By default is known. But you can check here, capture and subtract bias frames, or capture and subtract dark flat frames. What I suspect, and then you can pull them. What I suspect, you don't have to do that. What I suspect, but I'm not sure, is that having here, taking the flats and having here darks, it will not do nothing. It will do nothing to this process. This is what I suspect, but I didn't have the time to go deeper on that and search for that information. And honestly, I'm not very worried because this is working. So, but I suspect that having here darks here at the right did not affect the process of taking the flats. It will affect if you why this is not working here? Capture and subtract dark flat flames. Can it be because of this? Let me see. No, it's not. I can't select this. Why is that? The capture and subtract bias frames. Checkbox to subtract darks in the pop-up. The pop-up is here. But this is not working here. Capture, subtract. Well. Doesn't matter. This is very easy to do. Let me try again. You have to remove the flats and dark frames from the right. Ah, okay. Okay, let's do it because I'm not live stacking. No. Capture flat. Ah, okay, now it's working, okay. Yes, SharpCap has these small things. Capture and subtract bias frames. That's not needed. Capture and subtract dark flat frames. Filter for darks. And it will subtract at the same time. Okay. But for the live stacking, what I need, I think it's because it was working, the darks that I have for the gain and exposure of the live stacking. And now to move this, look, if I move this gain, I will lower to 150, for instance. And exposure, this doesn't stay quiet. Okay. Exposure. If I lower the exposure, not now because it's stupid. This is pointing to a dark, to a dark sky, not to. But if it's on with during the day, while moving here down, this will move actually the opposite way, from the right to the left, and we want it to be here between 50 and 60. According to Robin from SharpCap. I like GSO also. The mirrors. So let's point to another object, a quick one. or we'll leave it to the next live stream. M3. So we did already this one. Sunflower is at 55. I can go to the sunflower. It's just to troll one. Okay, let's do this. I want to watch the reality, but the night is so fine. Let me see one thing. Okay. Let's do the Sunflower Galaxy, because the night is good for the Dob, and take the opportunity. It's near. So 1, 2, 3. It's near. It's easy to capture. It's near. We are here, and it's near, and it's beautiful. Hold on. Let's do the plate solve. Should be close. Very close. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Plate solve again. Whole Nebula or something. Hello, Antonio. Greetings to Syracuse in Italy. You can watch Supervivientes tomorrow. Tonight I can't, Raul, because Mi Tele doesn't work here in Portugal. I can watch your television, the Spanish television. But, oh, it's too much. But I prefer to... 1, 2, a bit to the left. There we go. But I prefer to always, if we have good sky like tonight, without wind, I prefer to use the telescope. I rarely watch television. Well, let's do now. I will do, because I had to take off the magnets. This is pointing too much up. I will try first the 10 seconds. Tonight we are tracking fine. And I do the sequence, but now I have to apply the flats manually because I didn't add them yet. I apply and then clear. I have to clear. And now they are being applied after clear. Let's see. Went up. Moved or what? Moved. Yeah, 10 seconds is too much for this position. 8 seconds. The other one was better positioning. 8 seconds. And now the flats again. Then if this works, I will add them to every sequence. Now it's good. Now it's good. Okay. Sunflower, it's a very beautiful galaxy. You see no vignetting so far. Working fine this to the live streams, and I like to do the live streams with the best quality possible. Let's see the balance, because this is up in the sky at north. It's moving, it's too fast, the telescope. Not too fast, too slow. It was cutting at the top, at north. It means that the telescope was getting behind. It was too slow. Now I increased the speed and he could reach. But you see no vignetting? Now let's do this, which usually makes it pop, the vignetting, and no vignetting at all. So the flats I will not complicate. The flats are working very, very fine. Very well. So I will use, I may try one day, I may try with 120, which is the minimum that I should use with this camera, because of the dynamic range. But you see, with 2 minutes, bam, loads of details in this nebula, in this galaxy. When there's no wind, it's the problem with the 12-inch, with large telescopes, large aperture Dobsonians, it's the wind. It's the biggest problem. What investment? What are you talking about, gentlemen? You're already shelling out a couple grand for a 16-inch. Aperture fever. I have it. I have it, but I have the aperture fever under control, you know? Like that, under control. But I have it. Even better, depends the platform of the platform. The go-to usually can track better than the platform. Both will have the rotation issue, so you can't go with 5 minutes exposures because of the rotation. But the platforms usually are jerky, except the one from Hungary, the tap or triangulum. That one is more precise, but it's heavier. It weighs double the weight of mine. But it's very precise and has 2 axes, so it's more precise. And if you do guiding, for what I do, this live stacking, this one is fine. Yeah, then we have the larger Dobsonians, which are truss Dobsonians, and they have the same weight, even with larger and heavier mirrors, primary mirrors. They get the same weight than mine, because mine has a solid tube, it's super heavy. On a Dob, the platform is more accurate than a go-to. With a platform, you only track on one axis. With a go-to, the mount it tracks onto more room for error. Well, I don't know if it's like that, because with it depends on the telescope you are using and the platform. With this 12-inch, it's very difficult. Well, tonight we could do 15 seconds at the beginning of the stream. But it's very, very difficult to go to 30 seconds. I never did it. I never could get the 30 seconds with a 12-inch. It's too heavy, difficult to balance, the platform handle it, but it's difficult to have that precision. However, with a Virtuoso, the 6-inch, I can go to 30 seconds without having problems. Yes, I will. Overstretch the histogram. I would like to see if you have gradients like I do. Well, the gradients were there. Hold on, I will fit this to the screen. I think I may have here and here at the corners. See? Now we can try it. We have something here, but I prefer, because the gradient you can almost don't see it here. Only if you overstretch, like I did. But you have a feature. I suggest you, Brian, to try this. It's very simple. Here at the right, the gradient removal. Here on background subtraction, you choose gradient removal. Try that, because it removes that gradient. If you want, but now I'm watching this galaxy. Hold on, let me take off the unsharp mask, because it's blowing the core of the galaxy. And this galaxy is beautiful. We can try it, but you see, to have just a bit of gradient here and here is what I can see with my eyes. It's here at the bottom right, and here at the top right, the top left. However, as I took off the light shield, I can't be sure if that had an impact in the light leaks. I prefer to use without the shield. It's easier to manage the scope, and and the wind doesn't affect so much. But I don't know. I did that shield when I still have LED light, street LED light here. But now I don't have. So the shield still be useful, always for the dew, of course, to delay it, but mainly to protect when the moon is a bit bright. That's useful to me in those situations. And it delays the dew. But now I don't know if this works more times with the same file flats that I'm using. Imagine that the next live stream I reuse the flats and it works. Then I reuse and it works. Then I change the telescope and I change it again to the 12-inch and I reuse and it works. That will be the main thing to check. Yes, this is very heavy. But the light bridge, I think it has... The top is also solid, no? Let me see. The light bridge, I think it's very heavy. I think I heard it. Let me see here. Light bridge, 16-inch. Yes, this is a very heavy telescope and it's very heavy, even being true. What I was talking about was, let me see, was something like this, which is not so heavy and has large aperture. Something like this. Something like this, from Explore Scientific, that you were talking about, the ones from Explore Scientific. You see the top is not solid, and I think they are lighter. They have the minimum that they need to protect at the base, and the rest is all very light. I think this is the way to go with larger dobs and fast dobs. Let me see the F of this dob. F3.6, you see. This is the way to go. This is the way to go. 8 grands. 8 grands. Well, 7,999. This is the way to go. Fast telescope, not very tall. You can easily reach the eyepiece and light. Ultralight, they say here. Ultralight Dobsonian 500 millimeters generation 2. In my opinion, this is the way to go. Larger dobs. Well, there is something better. Is this kind of telescope with a goat. But that's another story. course it's good. It's good. There's that fame. Sunflower Galaxy. We are watching the Sunflower Galaxy with a 12-inch Dobsonian telescope which is outside over an equatorial platform with a ZWO-294. This is the king.
The king.
And we are watching and streaming from the south of Portugal. Planet Earth. Continent Europe. Country Portugal. Region Algarve. 37 latitude Bortle 5. The last time was $2,000. Well, you know. The last time you went to the supermarket, with the same money you bring the double. The eyepiece, you are talking about the eyepiece. I like very much, it's an 8-inch. I like very much this eyepiece. If I had to buy one, well, I did it. I bought this one and I still have it, and it's very versatile because as it is 100 degrees field of view, you can watch, for instance, almost all the Orion Nebula on it, although it's a 9 millimeters. I like very much this eyepiece. It's a bit expensive now, but it's pay once, cry once, no? I think it's worth it. Brian, let me see what you were saying. I always reuse my flats and have had no issues. Oh, those words are so good to listen. If this works, and I will tell, I will think, why didn't I try it before? If it works. Well, it's not rejecting a lot. You see, tonight, the ones that were here yesterday, this was mostly red. Now it's mostly green. It's completely the opposite. Yesterday was like 2 greens and then all reds because of the wind. You see how sensitive is a large Dobsonian to the wind? And then I get angry because my project to lift the walls, it's not yet approved. And it's taking 2 years now. 2 years. 2 freaking years. Let's boost a bit. Let's fit to the screen to see the... No vignetting, no vignetting. The gradient, now you can see the gradient here, Brian. The same place that I saw, but now it's... This is the drift. It's a mix of rotation and drift. The gradient, we can... It's easier to... We can use that feature. We can try it now. Let's make 15 minutes. It's almost there. Okay, 15. Now, I will save this one. And now I will do exactly the same, Ryan, but with that gradient removal, and we will test if it works. Fine, I tested it already. But in this situation it's important because we have the gradient. So I just did that, I had it, I clear. You saw the image changing the color immediately. But I'm clearing. This will mess with the histogram, I remember. Now we are watching the same galaxy with the same settings. Look at the histogram all over the place. I will do the auto thing. Okay. Let's see if it removes. You see the gradient here? Let's see what happened. You see the histogram all over the place? That's why I don't use it, because it messes, it costs to stabilize the histogram. Let's adjust the color. Let's see if it works. Mess a lot of with the... You see the colors? I aligned the colors and now it's all over the place again. One to one side, another to the other side, you see? Now the blue is getting away. I remember to tell Robin about this, but I don't remember what did he say. You see, and then for a live session or a live stacking, we don't want to be always adjusting the histogram. The gradient's still there. Could it be from the darks, Brian? From the, not the darks, the flats? You see, it's messing again with the histogram. I adjust the color, I align, and it will do it again, you'll see. But not... Yes, the flats are being applied. No, it's not working. It's even worse with the gradient removal. Not only messing with the colors, you see the colors, the brightness. Now you can see clearly gradient here. But I think we have to wait for it to work, something like that. Let's see if it stabilizes, and then we adjust. But I like to be watching the object without having all this mess with the colors and stuff. Yeah, that wind was horrible. The town hall. Here, everything we change in our homes, we have to make a project with an architect, and it has to be approved. I spent loads of money because of something so small, so simple. But it takes time. I don't know in your countries, but in my country, I think in France is the same. The public administration is heavy. They take long time to anything that you need with bureaucracy and papers, and it's horrible. Just for I bought because my sponsor doesn't have. I ordered for this telescope the remote like this with an autofocuser for this telescope, the refractor, and it comes from England. England is out of Europe, so I had to fulfill loads of forms and then to pay and then to wait for something, and loads of time wasted in that simple thing just to inform the customs to then to release, but I had to pay first in advance for them to release the product in the aduana, and I can receive it, otherwise it will go back. It's super heavy. No, I don't like this. You see the gradient I tested before this. At least in this case it's not working. It's not working, this gradient. I can try something. I can, because I know shortcuts sometimes. I will stop live stacking. I will close the camera. I will close shortcut. Okay. And now I will reopen. Sometimes we have to restart. I'm really new to this, so I'm not sure what I'm doing. Stick with us, Obscurity. Stick with us and don't have a shame to ask anything. Join us on Discord. You'll see that easily you can get into it. Because this is, at the end, this is easy. Let's restart. And now let's apply right now the gradient. Oh, it's applied. It stays there. Okay, let's live stack again. It's being applied. 8 seconds. And apply. Hold on, if I don't apply the flats, let me see what happens. I'm not applying flats. It's still there. It's not a flats. You see, Brian, it's not a flats. The gradient's still there. So I will apply the flats. Okay, at least it's not a flats. We know that now. Where are the flats? Here, I will apply the flats. But this is not working like this. With the gradient removal. No way. Still there. It does nothing. The gradient. It was better without the gradient. Look. I will remove the gradient. I complained about this, and they seem to have this fixed. Off. Without a gradient, but still, yeah, I have something here. That should not be here. I don't know what is it. It was not here in the other image. I placed the link for Discord, hold on. Hold on. But it's the position in the sky, Brian, because here is the link. Because if because with the other object it was pointing to another place in the sky, a bit more to the east, and it was better. I know that I'm over the light pollution, but of the city. It could be the light shield, but I have no lights, straight lights. Alexa, apaga stream. Let's try again like this. And I closed. I placed some stickers to avoid the light to go out from inside to outside. No, it's the same. It's not from my light. It's weird. Alexa, encend the streamer. So, with my test I could see that it's not from the light here inside. It's not from the flats, because I tried with the flats. It's something that happened here that I don't know. Since you talked about gradient, we got the gradient. I will do another test. I will close the camera, close Shark Cap. Actually, I will close this also. And I will take off. I will take off the, you will not see the cable, USB cable from my laptop. The cable that goes to the camera. I wait a bit. And now again. I will insert it, and now I will test it. If it's not this, it's not software or hardware, it's something in the sky. Like pollution or something. Or lights. I will go outside to see. Let's do it again. It's seconds. Can be dew. I didn't connect my dew. I have a small dew eater. Can also be that. Yeah, it's still there. I will see with a light, with a flashlight, if it's the dew. Hold on, because I forgot to connect it. Hold on. It's not the dew. I will point to another place in the sky. I have to figure it out. I think it's the sky. Let me see. Because it's over the city light pollution, even with my filters. My filter is soft. Let's check it out. If I point, let me see south. Leo. Okay, we will do. This one is not very beautiful. I will find out. We saw already the Eskimo. It's not on site, the Eskimo Nebula. Okay, I will try one at near south. Okay, Leo. M95. Because I know that it's a good area. And we'll check if that's the problem. Control 1. So, Telrad 1, 2, 3. I'm not watching very well the sky now. I think we are on Corvus. It's the opposite side. Let's confirm this. It's a nebula. It's a planetary nebula. This is a planetary nebula. Let's see if it has gradient now. I'm very curious about. No gradient. It's the sky. Look, this is the this is a beautiful nebula. But the sky is worse now. It's all bloated. It's with I don't know if there are clouds or something. Let me see. I think clouds. Yeah, there are thin clouds. Yeah. They appear thin clouds. Look at the nebula. Dobsonian power. This is the Lawn Sprinkler Nebula in Corvus. Corvus constellation. I'm not applying the flats and you can see the vignetting, but no gradient. This is a beautiful nebula. Lawn Sprinkler Nebula. I will apply the flats now. Clear. I'm testing a lot tonight. It's a night of tests, but with beautiful results. Yeah, no gradient. Now I'm applying flats. Let's wait. Let's wait for the noise to go. It's a beautiful nebula and we are watching it fine. Yeah, no gradient. It was the sky. Yeah. Ah, so you used it. I've never had luck with gradient removal either. SharpCap 4.1 has a new linear gradient removal. I haven't tried it yet. Yeah, I don't want to try the beta version because of the live streams. I want people to try it first. You see what the 12 inch is good for is to go deep in the sky. This nebula has about more than 10 magnitude. Without a sharp mask. I still in the evening. When my camera is in focus, I did a quick measurement and discovered I still have 12 millimeters of back focus before the two bottoms out. Do you think a stairs on the Nexus would work? Um, 12 millimeters. You need, I think, to have the right back focus. I think it's 48 millimeters from the flange that touch the focuser until the flange of the Starizona, not 12. However, I know people that some of you here said already that used the Starizona Nexus with less back focus and it worked. But I recommend, if you want the Starizona Nexus, is to get the back focus, to move the mirror. It's so easy. It's only, you don't have to take the mirror out. You just have to change the springs and the knobs one by one at a time, and then recollimate. But it's only recollimate only the primary. You don't have to recollimate the secondary because it didn't, you didn't touch it. At the end, the third object tonight, in a Sunday. I found out after I bought my Nexus that you can contact them and they will make one without the collar, so you can insert it further in the focuser. That's true. They don't have it in the store like that. You have to contact them, but be aware of one thing. With that collar that I have, all inserted, the Nexus all inserted in the focuser, will be 1 or 2 millimeters inside the tube. It's not important, 1 or 2 millimeters, but it's good to check. If you will insert, you will have back focus, but the Nexus will be almost all, or a big part of the Nexus body, the body will get a lot into the focus. I don't know if that's a good idea. I think it's better to move the mirror. The Nexus is this instrument. It's a focal reducer and coma corrector. This has lenses. This is with a cap here. But you attach this to the camera. Actually, I have this camera with a filter. You attach this and it will get your telescope faster and the field of view of your camera, the camera, not the eyepiece. For the eyepiece, it's not needed. Will be larger. If I was, this is using the Nexus. If I was not using the Nexus, the image will be something like this, maybe. You see? More or less. But the Nexus is a very, very good tool, but not for a beginner. The beginner, this is a tool to buy later. And besides, is expensive. It's an expensive focal reducer. This is funny, this Nebula, look at this. It looks like there's a cartoon. It looks like a cartoon that I saw. I don't remember the name. It looks like an alien. Oh, thank you for the to know that, to tell me that. You inspired me to get a Dob. The Dob, it's great, and I hope to inspire many more people. And even that you have a Dob without tracking, you can buy a platform later. If you have a classic Dob, remember that you can image the planets and the moon without tracking easily, and some planetary nebula. For instance, this one has its rounded, the shape, you see. You have a bit of work, you have to put effort on that, but it's possible to capture this nebula. I think even like this, as we do with the planets, placing the nebula right at the top in diagonal and do like this. With lucky imaging, which is to capture a video with short exposures, like we do with the planets. I think you can do this. Now it's getting like pink at the core, you see? Incredible. 5 minutes stack. At the end I will get a beautiful image of this planetary nebula, which I didn't watch yet this year, I think, yeah. Nexus G is model name of a focal reducer from Arizona, and it's designed specifically for Newtonians. However, I tried with this refractor I have behind me, and it worked very well. I have a simple 0.5 reducer with which threads into a C-mount. It is just a reducer, not also a coma corrector. Yeah, I know, it's something like this one. It will work. You crop the edges and that's it. Beautiful. Beautiful planetary nebula. The real power of the Dobsonians we can see with these nebulas, these planetary nebulae, deep in the sky, but also with other objects like galaxies and even larger nebulae, not too large. You will see soon the lagoon, the eagle. Yeah, I will have to then to put in my folder the name. I will point it here. Hold on. It's the I don't remember. It's in Corvus. It's near south. Lawn Sprinkler Nebula. Hold on. I will write it. Sprinkler Nebula, and it's the NGC. I will place there 4361, and it has 11 magnitude. Incredible. "11 magnitude. Yes, you can try it from your position or your latitude. You can watch it very well. But watch the replay because I tested the flats. Actually, Samir, no vignetting. Look, I'm using flats. Look, you remember the vignetting that we always have here at a circle, a huge circle? No vignetting. With no vignetting, this looks like an image with a wide field refractor, but then we can zoom and get this. It's very beautiful. I'll save again. At the end, I captured 3 objects tonight, more than the weekends, and it's Sunday. Nice finishing of the week with several tests. Samir, we did several tests. I explained everything about the flats that I did. It's useful to watch later. This is working very well. Now, fingers crossed for the flats to be reused. Another small galaxy here. The top. But I know these kind of stars are a bit bloated because of the thin clouds, for sure. Or maybe I have to refocus. It will not affect the flats because it's only a fine tune. So this is the Lawn Sprinkler Nebula NGC 4361, the new general catalog number 4361, and we are watching with a 12-inch Dobsonian telescope outside, a classic GSO Dobsonian telescope f5 reduced to f3.75 because of the stereozonan nexus, the focal reducer and coma corrector. This powder neodymium filter, a soft filter, over the equatorial platform and using the 294 MC collar. This is my all-night setup, every night setup now, almost always for all the telescopes, except the Virtuoso, which can't have the 2-inch. So the 12-inch outside, it's called usually the King.
The King.
You know, I'm a bit tired today. You know what I was doing apart from the flats in this afternoon? Look what I did with I was playing with a dwarf. I picked the dwarf and I was searching for the place where we have here flamingos. Do you like flamingos? I was watching flamingos with a dwarf in the natural park. You see? And I recorded, I tracked it with a dwarf. I will do a video about it. The flamingos. This is with a dwarf. Very nice. I was with the kids. Just a dwarf as is. Without tripods, stuff. Oh, come on. Don't say that too loco. The old Nebula, it's easier to capture than this one. Actually, let me see the magnitude. We captured already the all. Yes, 10 magnitude. This one has 11. Well, we can say that is more or less similar, but this one is fainter than the all. Besides, the all has those reddish outer edges of the circle, which makes more contrast. But this one, you see, this one has this. Let me see the what they say on NASA. I'm tired, but I can't stop. NASA. What NASA? The mysterious garden sprinkler nebula. No, it's not the garden sprinkler. Lawn sprinkler 4361. Oh, it's here in Apple. What's this? Hubble. No, they don't have it. NASA, NBC. Not popular. There we go. It's this one here. Spitzer's War Mission. It's a dying star. This star was once a lot like our sun before it evolved and puffed out its outer layers. This planetary nebula is unusual in that it has 4 lobes or jets or ejected material instead of the standard 2. Astronomers suspect that there might be 2 dying stars and not only one inside the nebula, each one producing a bipolar jet. Orange primarily shows heated gas. Incredible. Incredible. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But these two, one at the top and at the bottom, are very prominent. And here, as we have already 10 minutes stacking, we can see that gas around this star, at least this one. We don't know if there's another one that we can't see. Let's see how it does with the topaz. Look at this image. I think it's from James Webb. Okay. Save. What a beautiful nebula. What a beautiful nebula. Look at this image. So many galaxies. So many. If each one of them has a planet like Earth, at least, yeah, you still have raw images from prior streams saved. Try apply the flats to those. That should tell you if it's going to work. I'm pretty sure it will. I don't, too loco, because I don't record the raw files. I just take a snapshot like I did now. And not to talk about the one that I posted. I did it before dinner to test the darks. I did it before dinner. The Casper. Look at this with a 12-inch. Look how beautiful. I posted on everywhere. So beautiful. With a 12-inch. Look at this, 12-inch. All the dust here. This is a beautiful nebula. Here, around. Let's watch this one. Crop it. Let's fit the star here at the top. Gets more beautiful. And now I will save with a name and the NGC in the 12-inch folder. Another one. Beautiful. Thank you very much for being here to end this week and the weekend with us. No, it's not a blue snowball nebula. Thank you very much, and I wish you a great start of the week. We'll see you next time during the week to watch more beautiful things and see if the flats keep working. Bye bye now. Have a great week.